Okay, we'll start. Oh, where did we stop? I think 2 pages we finished. Records of Al Balasuri. Am I correct?
Yes, sir.
Yes. So now we'll go, can come for economy. Very important. Double star mark can highlight. Economy.
So we did until method of chain cultivation.
Alright, okay. Yes, I'm just going to revise that part and we'll start, right? Okay. Before going to the slideshow, now I told you that I'm going to use the whiteboard, right? So agriculture can be divided into three, right? So this one is chain cultivation, paddy cultivation, and animal husbandry. So these were the three types of agriculture. So agriculture can be divided as chain cultivation, paddy cultivation, animal husbandry. So even paddy cultivation we can write muddy cultivation because it's done in the mud. So when we come to chain cultivation, what's a chain? So from the forest, they just select a plot of land. From the forest, they just select a plot of land. Then leaving the big trees are not cut. The debris or the bushes are cut down. The bushes are cut down and just keep it. After cutting also, the bushes are kept. After that, after drying, they set fire to these bushes and the debris, and even the ash is added to the land. Then the land is prepared. When the rainy season comes, just closing the rainy season, they just sow the seeds. Different seeds, that is different seeds of different vegetables. They are known as dry vegetables. So then they just sow the seeds and keep until the rain comes. When the rain comes, gradually these seeds are growing. Gradually they are growing. So in the chain cultivation, farmer is not providing any fertilizer to the land. Farmer is only providing a protection. How he protects the chain? By constructing a fence around it. This is known as Danduwata. And even by constructing a watch hut here on a big tree, and at night he is protecting the chain from the wild animals, not putting fertilizer. So a newly burnt chain means after burning these debris, it's newly burnt now. Such a chain is known as Navadali Navadali has two meanings. One meaning is what? That newly burnt chain. The other meaning for Navadali is what? When you prepare this chain newly, 9 crops are growing in a fertile way. No? So such a chain is also known as Navadali hen. Navadali means 9 crops. But the main idea is Navadali hen is what? It is a newly burnt chain. After growing here like 3-4 times, this becomes infertile. When this becomes infertile, he is moving to the next land. So then starting the chain cultivation there. The left land was known as Kanat. So this is Kanat. After growing here 3-4 times, once again he is moving to the next land. Then this is the Kanat. Once he can come to this one because now this had become once again growing the wild growth, and after that it had become fertile. So this is known as chain cultivation. Now we'll go to the tutor and see what chain cultivation is and write how to write that. Okay, I think we wrote about chain cultivation here up to this method of chain cultivation. Okay, we'll see This one, where? Okay, here. The slideshow. You that day you have seen videos about China cultivation, as I think. Yeah, we wrote up to this economy, right? Farming, agriculture, won't write anything. Main livelihood was farming, animal husbandry, or rearing animals. Agriculture was done in two ways. Muddy agriculture means paddy cultivation and Chena cultivation. Chena cultivation, the oldest form of cultivation. Different words have been used for Chenas. Hena, Sehen in the literary source known as Butsarana, Chenas were known by the name Sehen. In Ummagga Jataka, Sen, in inscriptions, Pitibim, these three names you have to remember. In Butsarana Sehen, Ummagga Jataka, Sen, inscriptions, Pitibim, in MCQs they are asking. You can see here this is a Chena. See, a plot of land from the forest. So they have cut down the small bushes and leave in the big trees. And here set fire, no? And now the crops are growing. A new chain. So here the crops have grown. This is muddy cultivation that paddy lands. Okay. Have you seen this video about China? No. Any answer?
So last week you showed some video
Okay.
about.
Okay. Okay. About China cultivation, did you see any video? Okay, we'll see it. No, never mind.
හේන කියලා කියන්නේ අපේ ගැමි ගෙවිඩියගේ ගෙවත්ත. මොකද තල කුරහම් මෙනේරි වගේම තමයි එළවලු ಜಾති පළතුරු ಜಾති මේ කොයි දේවත් ගෙවත්තේ තියෙනවා. හේනෙත් අන්න ඒ වගේම තමයි. ඉතා දුරාතීතයක ඉඳලා අපේ ඇත්තෝ හේන් වගා කරා. එතකොට මේ හේනක් හදනකොට සම්මත පිළිවෙත් තුනක් අපිට හඳුනා ගන්න පුළුවන්. ඒ සම්මත පිළිවෙත තමයි නවදැලි හේන, අත්දඬුවා හේන, හේන් කනත්ත කියන මේ ක්‍රමවේදයන් තුන අනුගමනය කිරීම. නවදැලි හේන කියලා කියන්නේ කැලේ සම්පූර්ණම කියන අලුත් කැලෑවක් කොටලා ඒක.
Now see Navadali Hena, a new plot of land had been prepared in this way. By cutting the bushes and all, that's known as newly burnt Chena, Navadali Hena.
ඊට පස්සේ ගිනි දාලි වල හේන් තනා ගැනීම. ඒකට කියන්නේ නවදැලි හේන කියලා. නවදැලි හේනක් දිගු කාලයක් වපුරුම් කටයුතු කරනකොට ඒක මේ නිස්සාරවත් වෙනවා. අන්න එතකොට කරන දේ තමයි ආපහු කැලේ වෙන්න ඉඩ අරිනවා. අන්න එතකොට මේ අත් ගොබුඩු තරමට අත් දඬුවා තරමට ගස් හැවෙනවා. අන්න එහෙම ගස් වැවුනට පස්සේ අත් දඬුවා ගස් සියල්ල කපලා නැවතත් එතන හේනක් කරනවා. ඒකට කියන්නේ අත් දඬුවා හේන කියලා. ඊගාවට මේ කුඩා ලඳු පඳුරු කැලෑ තියෙනවානේ වන බූටෑවල් තියෙන. අන්න ඒ වගේ දේවල් කපලිවලා ඒවා ගිනි දාලිවලා නැවතත් හේන් වැපිරීමේ කටයුත්තක් කරනවා. ඒවට කියන්නේ හේන් කනතු කියලා. මේ විදිහට මේ හේන් කනත්තක් වෙන්න පුළුවන් අත් දඬුවා හේනක්. එහෙම නැත්නම් නවදැලි හේනක්. මේ මොනම විදියකටත් හේන් වැපරුවත් මේවා තනිපංගලමේ කරන්න බෑ. හේන් වැපිරීමේ සම්ප්‍රදාය සාමූහිකව කරපු දෙයක්. ඒ කටයුත්ත කරනකොට තමයි තව මූලික රටාවන් දෙකක් හේනත් එක්ක බැඳිලා තියෙනවා. ඒ එකක් තමයි මුල් කැටා හේන කියන එක. එහෙම නැත්නම් අනිකට කියනවා ඉරවැලි හේන කියලා. මුල් කැටා හේන කියන එක තේරුම් ගන්න පුළුවන් මුල් කැටාවක් ගහක් නැත්නම් කණුවක් කිසියම් දෙයක් මැදට කරගෙන.
Now see this is a different type of Chena cultivation. Farmers have to work together. They can't work alone when doing Chena cultivation. They select a big tree. Around the big tree, these plots of lands had been selected by different farmers. Here, A farmer, okay, yeah, A farmers, or maybe you have seen this, never mind, so I'm going to explain this one, right? A farmer, B farmer, C farmer, D farmer, E farmer, F like, okay. So this is known as mulcata hen. That means now very easy now all their farming lands were adjacent to each other. So because of that, when they are working, when they are protecting their chain is very easy. Everyone were here. Okay, right.
ඒ වටේට විහිදෙන විදියට රවුම වෘත්තයක වගේ හැඩයක් තියෙන විදියට ඔන්න හේන් තනනවා. මේක තේරුම් ගන්න හරි පහසුයි. කරත්ත රෝදේ තියෙන අර ගරාන්දි සියල්ලත් එක්ක අන්න ඒ වගේ තමයි මේ ගොවියට කොටස් වෙන් කරලා දෙන්නේ. එතකොට අර වටේට තියෙන ප්‍රමාණය තමයි දඬු ඇටක් දාගන්නේ ආරක්ෂා කරගන්න මැදට අවශ්‍ය වෙන්නේ නැහැ. දඬු ඇටක් දාගන්න.
Now see, this is the danduvata. I told you that they are constructing a fence around that now. So this is made with branches of trees. See, danduvata. We call it as danduvata. So the small animals, they can't peep here, no, inside that. So for the big animals, you can't prevent the coming of big animals by constructing this one. For that only that you have to protect chain in watch hut at night, to protect chain from wild animals like elephant.
ආරක්ෂා කරගන්න මැදට අවශ්‍ය වෙන්නේ නැහැ. ඉරවැල්ල කියලා කියන්නේ දික් අතට හෝ හරස් අතට අරගෙන මැද්දෙන් කොටස් වෙන් කරගන්නවා ඉන්න යාය ගොයින්ගේ සංඛ්‍යාවට අනුව. මේ මොන විදියට හේම් බැපුරුවත් සාමූහිකව හේම් බැපිරීමේ කටයුතු කරනකොට අපි අත්තු කරපු දේ තමයි මේකට වැටක් දාන්න ඕන. මොකද සතා සීපා වෙනවා මේ බගා කරන භෝගයන් සියල්ල අසානාසි වෙන්න පුළුවන්. අන්න එතකොට කරපු දේ තමයි දඬු වැටක් බඳිනවා. ඒ දඬු වැට බඳිනකොට අර හේන්නේ කපා කොටා ඉවත් කරන එහෙම නැත්නම් ගිනි දාලා ඉතුරු වෙච්ච තියෙනවන්නේ ගස් එහෙම කොටස් අන්න ඒව තමයි බොහෝ වෙලාවට යොදා ගන්න. මේ වැටට එහා තව ශක්තිමත් වැටක් දාන්න ඇතැම් වෙලාවක වෙනවා. මොකද වල්ලලි එහෙම එනවනේ. වල්ලලි තර්ජනේ බහුලව තියෙනවා නම් ඒකට කොටන් ගෙනල්ලා හරස් කරලිවලා වැටක් බඳිනවා. ඒකට කියන්නේ දඹු වැට කියලා.
See, dambu water is a big one that the logs of trees had been used to make this. So this is to prevent the arrival of elephants like, okay.
ඒ වගේම තමයි තව එපිටහින් ගිනි වැට කියලා වැටවල් එහෙම දාගෙන එතකොට අර ගින්දර ගහලා තියෙනකොට සත්තු වෙන්නේ නැහැ. එහෙන් රැකුම් බැලුම් කටයුතු කරන එක පිරිමි උදවියට තිබුණේ. මෙහිදී පැල් හදා ගන්නවා. පලින් පල පැල් හදා ගන්නවා. රෑ රාත්‍රියේ වෙනකොට
This is the watch hut constructed on a big tree, no? So then when the farmer is coming to this one at night, and entire night he is protecting the chain. So not only one person, there are some farmers of adjacent plots, ne? So all they are work that reciting poetry, spell carve, together, and they alive and protect their farm.
සතා සීපාව පළවා හරින්න විවිධ ආකාර විදියට කවි ගායනවා. හේන තමිලා හේන් කවි ගායනවා. ඒ කවි ගායනකොට එක ඇත්තෙක් පළවෙනි දීපදේ පළවෙනි කොටහ කියනකොට දිවැන්න ඊගාව එක කියනවා. මේ විදියට පිරිස වටෙන් වටේට කියනකොට රෑ උදා වෙනවා. ඉර එළිය නැගෙනකොට කිසි කෙනෙකුට නිින්දක් ඇති වෙන්නේ නැහැ. සතු සියල්ල පළවා හරිනවා. මේ පිළිවෙත් අනුගමනය කරත් දවල් දවසේදී දුවා දරුව නැත්තම් බිරින්දෑ වගේ කට්ටිය ඇවිල්ලා හේන් රැකුම් බැලුම් කටයුතු කරා. මෙහෙම කරනකොටත් සිරිත් සම්මත චාරිත්‍ර තව රැසක් තියෙනවා. මොකද ඇවතුම් පැවතුම් අනුව තමයි හේම් භෝග බැපිරීම කරන්නේ. ඒ නිසා හේම් බැපිරීමට කලින් සංහිඳක් තෝරගන්න. සංහිඳට කන්නලව් කළා යාදිනි කියරවැල්ල තමයි හේම් කෙටුම් කටයුතු පටන් ගන්න. එහෙම කරාට පස්සේ ලැබෙන්නා වූ අත්වැන්නේ මුල් කොටස නැත්නම් අග්‍රශස්ත්‍ර කොටස් සියල්ලම අර සංහිඳට ගෙනල්ලිවල ඒක දේව දානයක් විදියට ඔප්පු දෙන්නටත් ඕනේ. මේ කටයුතු කරාට පස්සේ තමයි හේනේ ඕන විදියකට භවභෝග නෙලාගෙන භුක්ති සත්‍ය විඳීමේ ඉඩ අවසරය තියෙන්නේ. දැන් මේ විදියට අපේ ඇත්ත පරම්පරාවෙන් පරම්පරාවට හේන් කරත් මේ සම්මත පිළිවෙත් අනුව පරිසර හිතකාමී රටාවකට අනුව තමයි අපේ උදවිය හේන් බැපුරුම් කටයුතු කළේ.
Right, chain cultivation. A suitable land is selected from the forest and prepared. Don't try to steal. Clearing it by cutting small bushes and burning debris. Newly burnt chain is called what? Navadali hen. That name had been mentioned in Saddharma Ratnavali. So this is the source that this name is given. In Saddharma Ratnavali, it's mentioned about Navadali hen. But different interpretations were given for the above praise. One interpretation I gave you, a land where 9 plants are growing in lush. That's also Navadali hen. But mainly used interpretation is what? Newly burnt chain. And the word Kanat had been used by people in Anuradhapura for land prepared again for cultivation after giving it up for some times. I told you, So when the land becomes infertile, it is left for some times, and once again cultivation is done. So such a land is known as Kanatta. These are the Chena crops. Dry grains like undu, green gram, finger millet, and sesame. And very dry vegetables like brinjal, karabatu, and pumpkin. Okay. So then LV, yams, sugarcane, cotton. So those are the major crops grown in Chenas, right? Now we'll go for this. You're not. Did you write agriculture? You are into paddy cultivation and Chena cultivation. So method of Chena cultivation. A suitable land is selected from the forest and cleared. Bushes were cut and large trees were left without cutting. Debris was set fire. The land was prepared and seeds were sown when the rainy season is getting closer. Where you are writing? Here. Method of Chena cultivation. Okay, write them. If anyone had not written, the method of Chena cultivation. If anything is important to highlight, I will give it in red color. Those notes given in red color must be highlighted, and the other black color something is what is in the tube. Yellow color is note is the note that you have to write. Red color notes have to be highlighted. Got it? Not like last week. Last week I have not prepared this writing slide. This is the writing slide. Black color what is in the tube. Yellow color what you have to write. Red color what you have to highlight. Economy is very important, so a question can be given in O-level paper related to economy. Explain the economy of the prehistoric era under 3 headings. Then agriculture is one heading.
Sir,
Us.
where do we have to write this?
I can't hear you properly.
Where do we have to write this, sir?
In the
On
tute,
the
yeah,
yes, sir.
in this tute, page number 3 under economy, this note is there. The tute is this
Thank you,
one.
sir.
This is the tute. Early Society in Sri Lanka, lesson 4 that I have sent you. And this is the third page we are doing today. First 2 pages we have done last week. Anyone without the tute? I think everyone should have, because I have uploaded this tute to the group. Yes, it's in that group. So I told you that from this lesson it's very difficult as well as it's very important. Many of the essay type questions may come from this lesson. Then what is Navadali Hena? Newly burnt chena is called Navadali Hena. So if it is in red color, what you have to do? Highlight. Then chena crops. Crops cultivated. What are the crops cultivated? Dry grains. Dry grains like much water is not needed to grow these grains. Undu, green gram, finger millet, sesame. That much of water is not needed. But now see paddy. For paddy, much water is needed. No. So then that's a grain. Much water is needed. These are the grains. Much water is not needed. So they are known as dry grains. Dry vegetables, brinjals, karabatu, pumpkin means that vataka. So even in dry areas they are grown, not like that beans, carrot, cabbage. They are wet. They need much water. And then some of the paddy types like LV, yams, sugarcane, and cotton. Sugarcane had been grown to obtain jaggery. Cotton had been grown to obtain cotton to make textile. Okay, complete that note also. This is the note related to Chena cultivation. highlight Navadali Hena, newly burnt Chena. So after completing writing, let me know, otherwise I am waiting, okay? So even there are slow writers, there are speedy writers. However, I will see your writing and give you time, okay? Okay. Give much time for the some they have not written the method of chain cultivation in that day, no. They have to complete that note. Okay, good, Chamika. Any question? You can forward. Okay, Pasindu finished. Any question? Now, what you are going to remember here? What is Navadalihen? It's coming for MCQs, okay? Navadalihen means newly burnt chain. The main meaning we are writing, okay? Right. Okay, majority finished. So now we'll go to Angelica finished. You came late. Okay, right. Right. Now we'll go to the next one. See. What is the next one in the tude? Paddy cultivation, right? So this is paddy cultivation, no? So here don't, here just paste a picture of a chain when you find it, okay? When you find it, you just uh, paste a picture of a chain. So then we'll go to the next one. Yeah, okay. I will explain once again about that kanat then, alright? Watch hut in China. The hut made on a big tree to protect the chain at night by the farmer is a watch hut. Fence. A fence was erected around the chain to protect it from wild animals. It was made with branches of trees. Taxes obtained from chainers. Before King Nisan Kamal, many taxes had been obtained from chainers, right? So that I will tell you. First, write these two. Now, Chamik is asking to explain once again about Khanat. So, now see, newly a plot of land is selected from the forest and setting fire to it and preparing it to grow, that's known as Navadali Hena. So, a new plot of land had been selected, cutting the bushes and setting fire, and that's known as Navadali Hena. So then after growing that chain in that chain for this time and next time 2 seasons, you imagine that 2 seasons they have. Now okay, I'm just using the whiteboard for a moment, okay? I'm giving once again this chance of writing. Now think like this. Now this is a new land, plot of land that they have selected, the farm had selected from the forest. Setting fire, this is Navadali Hen. So Navadali Hen. Okay. Now this had been used for 2 times. Imagine 2 times the farmer 2 seasons. In 2 seasons, farmer had grown the crops. Now what happened? This had become infertile now, so that he got to the next plot of land, the nearby plot of land. Now this is a new land now, and kept this one for growing some type of bushes. අපි කියමු like මාස දෙකක් විතර මේක නිකන් තිබ්බා. නැත්නම් මාස 3ක් 4ක් මේක නිකන් තිබ්බා. එතකම් මේක යා වගා කරා. Now this is a northerly hen, newly burnt chain. This is known as Addanduwa hen. Addanduwa hena. So what is known as Addanduwa hena? That පොඩ්ඩක් bushes වැවෙන්න ඇරලා ඊට පස්සේ තමයි මේක ආයෙ වගා කරන්නේ. ඒ ටික කපලා මේ ඊට පස්සේ ඒක set fire කරලා ඒක අද්දඬුවා හේන. After that අපි කියමු මේක 3-4 times grow කරා. මේ use කරා. After using for 3-4 times, leaving at it and going to this one, he is doing it for 3-4 times and once again moving to this one until that this is grown very well. Because ගොඩක් හොඳට දැන් කැලි වැවෙනවා. අන්න ඒකට අපි කියන්නේ කනත්ත. කනත්ත means early used chain but now left for growing crops. Crops growing area. ඒක දැන් ගොඩාක් වැවිලා අද්දඬුවා හේන වගේ නෙමෙයි දැන් ඒක. ගොඩක්ම bushes හැදිලා කැලෑවුණු වෙලා. ඒකට කියන්නේ කනත්ත. ඒකට opposite එකක් කියන්න ඉන්න පුළුවන්. Once again he can come back to that one. There are 3 types of chainers then. Navadali hena, Addanduwa hena, and Kanath. Got it now? Then Chamikita clear the.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now we'll go to this writing. එච්චර ගොඩක් explain කරන්න ඔයාට එන්නේ නැහැ exam එකේදී. They are asking only what is Navadali hena විතරයි ah.
Okay, sir.
Okay, right. So then the taxes obtained from chainers. Taxes are charged from chainers until King Nissan Kamala. But Nissan Kamala removed those taxes as a relief for the chainer farmers. What are the taxes? Kati Adda, Ketu Kanab Aya. So what is the meaning of that? Kati Adda. Normally, why we call it as Kati Adda? Once again, how to clear these bushes? They are using something known as Kath. So this is Kath. This is a Kath. A long handle is there, but this one is not there at your home. ගෙදර තියෙනවා චූටි එකක්. ඒකේ තියෙන handle එක පොඩි. හරි? This is also cat. So why they use the long handle cat? Easy. කැත්ති ගහනවා කියලා කියන්නේ. So කැත්ති ගහනවා. So from this cat very easy to cut bushes. ඒ නිසා මේකට කියනවා කැත්ති අඩ. අඩ means the half. Half means the tax. The tax obtained from China කැත්ති අඩ. ඊළඟට කෙටු මේකට සාමාන්‍ය කියන්නේ හේන් කොටනවා. හේන් කොටනවා in single we use the word හේන් කොටනවා. කෙටු කනබ අය අය means tax. අය කියලා කියන්නේ tax. අය කරගන්නවා tax. නම් කෙතියඩ කෙටු කනබ අය were the 2 taxes obtained from Chinas. Got it right? Now
Yes,
we'll write. Okay, we'll write. So then they may ask a question as MCQ, who removed taxes from China farmers? King Nissan Kamala. Nissan Kamala came to power after Parakrama Bahu. During King Parakrama Bahu, lot of taxes had been obtained from China farmers. Though he constructed a lot of irrigation systems, during his time, people were facing a lot of difficulties due to taxation system, right? So he had obtained lot of taxes to construct these irrigation systems. Please highlight Kinni Sankamala and Ketiyada Ketu Kanaba Aya. Okay, so I thought of using the whiteboard even. Why? Because from this lesson it's difficult, right? So then we have to use the whiteboard. Now we'll go to paddy cultivation. Now see this one. Here this is paddy cultivation. Right? So Ketha Kumbura using rainwater and seasons of cultivating paddy. Right. Now we'll go to that one first. Now paddy is cultivated where in plots of land now. Now this plot of land where paddy is grown, this is known as a kumbura. So what is kumbura then? It's a very small plot of land where paddy is grown. When we take few kumburas, that's a very big area where paddy had been cultivated like this. It's known as Ketha. Then Ketha means this is not Katha, right? So Ketha is what? A large area where paddy had been cultivated. Kumbara means a small plot of land where paddy had been cultivated. To cultivate paddy, rainwater was much needed. So because of that, they were using rainwater for doing paddy cultivation. During the rainy season, they grew paddy. So there were two seasons that they grew paddy, Yala and Maha. Maha season means the rainy season. Yala season means the dry season. Dry season, how they got water. During the rainy season, they constructed tanks, and from tanks they got water to paddy fields during the dry period. But Thornical inscription, this inscription in Sri Lanka is mentioning about the grain cultivations in Sri Lanka. Thornical inscription is giving information about the grain cultivation in Sri Lanka. In this inscription, three words had been given: Pitta, Dada, Hasa, Akala, Hasa, and Made, Hasa. So these are the three seasons that paddy had been cultivated. So what is Pitta, Dada, Hasa? What is Akala, Hasa? What is Made, Hasa? Here two seasons as Yala and Maha. Maha means rainy. Yala means dry. Here what is the rainy season? Here what is the dry season? And what is Madhehasa? So later on people started growing paddy in the middle season also. Middle season means in between rainy season and the dry season. These were those three seasons. What were the names? Now how to remember, how to understand the season. Pitta Dada Hasa. That is the rainy season. How to remember? Dada Dada Gala Vahi. Okay, Pitta Dada Hasa. Akala Hasa. Hasa means season. Hasa means season. Hasa means season. Okay. So Akala means Akal. Akal means not at time. Not in the rainy season. Akala. Akalata vahi vaino again a khalid name two vahi vaino. So Akal vahi. So Akal means dry. Akal means dry. Pitta Hasa means rainy. Dada Kala vahi. Mother means middle. That is the intermediate season. Intermediate season. So Thornical inscription is giving these three words to refer three seasons of growing paddy. Now I think that's enough for paddy cultivation. Then api balamu paddy cultivation එක ගැන. Right? Okay. Now we'll go to paddy cultivation. Right. What are these? You can see some pictures, ne? This is a newly burnt chain, no? So this chain had been newly burnt after cutting debris. See now, this is what? Addanduwahena. අර කිවි චුට්ටක් වැවෙන්න හරිනවා. වැවෙන්න ඇරලි වල ඊට පස්සේ ආයෙ මේක grow කරනවා. අද්දඬුවාහෙන. This is a watch heart. This is danduwata. Using branches of trees only you make this danduwata around the chain. Watch heart once again, and this is a chain actually. See, it's a chain, a plot of land which had been grown after selecting from the forest. Okay, a small thing, something like this. This is about paddy cultivation. I know many of you have not gone to a village. Even I was not born in a village. I was also born in the city. But I have gone and seen. So you have to see from this one at least how the paddy is grown. මේ බලන්න මේකට කියන්නේ plowing. හානවා. හාන්නේ කොහමද? Using this මේ මොනවාද bulls ne, using these bulls they are doing this. This is known as what? Plow. These buffaloes, they love water. They love muddy places. Even normally, they are just living in these muddy places. ඒගොල්ලෝ මේ මඩවලට ආසයි. Now see here what they are doing. First they spread the seeds and let them grow. Then they uproot the plants of paddy and then they once again plant them in a row. එක row එකකට ලස්සනට plant කරන replanting එක transplanting.
Our area, the Kurnali district, the people, lot of people doing like that.
Now see that harvesting is done. Within 4 months rice is grown. Now harvesting, cutting it and bundling it. Not like today. Today there's a machine known as tsunami. Tsunami දැම්ම ගමන් ඔක්කොම කැපිලා ඔක්කොම වෙලා ඊට පස්සේ පැකට් වෙලා එනවා rice. දැන් tsunami නැති කාලේ. Okay.
එපදුක නිති කරලේ.
This is known as thrashing. Buffaloesලා පාවිච්චි කරලා වටේ යනකොට the paddy seeds වෙන් කරගන්න පුළුවන්. After that, they have to wash this paddy and then boil them in water and then dry. Then only they come to your market after removing that outer cover.
ඕවලද පාඩු. මම දාන්න කරුණා. This is the red rice that you don't like to eat, right? Okay. These things we learned, right? Paddy cultivation. Places where paddy was cultivated have been reduced as Kumbura or Ketha. I just gave you the difference, right? Paddy cultivation was done using irrigation and during monsoon seasons, rainwater was reserved in tanks. Paddy cultivation seasons were called Kanna. Jalakanne, Mahakanne. I told you that 2 seasons, 2 Kanna.
Yala means that rainy season. Sorry, Maha means rainy season. Yala means the dry season. Medakanne means the middle season. And Ketha means, right, now we can write there. Ketha, a large area where paddy has been grown. Kumbura, a small plot where paddy has been grown. Using rainwater, mostly seasonal rain is used to do paddy cultivation. During monsoon rain, paddy is cultivated. Seasons that paddy has been cultivated. There were two main seasons as Yala and Maha. They were dry and rainy sea periods. Other than them, there was a middle season as Madasi Kane. In Thonical inscription, three seasons that paddy has been cultivated has been mentioned as Pitadadahasa, Akalahasa and Madhihasa. Pitadadahasa rainy season, Akalahasa dry season, Madhihasa intermediate season. Okay, now complete your notes. So according to the two cues, I just have prepared this slide. Keta කියලා වගේ ටියුට් එකේ තියෙනවා මේක ලියන්න. කුඹුර කියලා තියෙනවා මේක ලියන්න. Using rain water මේක ලියන්න. Seasons that paddy has been cultivated මේක ලියලා මේක highlight කරන්න. Now understood, right? One message came, finished. So highlight that the three seasons that may come as MCQ, right? Thonical inscription. The three words used for three seasons. Okay, now we'll see what is there in your tute. Animal husbandry. Right? Animal husbandry. Now, water supply you have right. Right, this one also. Water supply. Sometimes they may give you a question to explain agriculture during early historic era under three headings. Then you are explaining chain cultivation, paddy cultivation, and animal husbandry. Okay?
Okay, sir.
Okay. Now these questions have come, right? So last year also they have given a question to economy. So be careful because of that. Last time came in, this time this sometimes may not come, and for your time may come. So even from this section, many questions are given in term tests. Economy of the early historic era. This is early historic era, not proto. Finishing proto. Now just going to be the time of the kings now. Right. Shall I go to the other slide then? Finish now writing this one. Animal husbandry. Okay. Animal husbandry. Right. Rearing cattle was the major activity. So under animal husbandry, they were rearing cattle, but these cattle were reared not to get flesh. Mainly, they wanted to do the agricultural activities using this. Now, have you seen buffaloes were used in many processes in that paddy cultivation, like even to get fertilizer. The cow dung was a very good fertilizer, even to get milk, not to eat flesh. That time actually they did not like to eat the flesh of cattle, especially they were very useful animals and they did not like to kill them and eat flesh. Gopalagam were the villages where shepherds were living. Now we learned that one. The villages of the professionals, Gopalagam were the villages where shepherds were living. Animal products. Now these are the animal products. What meekiri? Meekiri means milk or curd. Gitel, ghee. Vendaru, butter. So butter now we use. That butter is known as in early days vendaru. Ghee means a kind of oil made with the fat of the milk of the cow. Uh, I think it's available in the market. You can buy it. So in early days they were not using any coconut oil for cooking. For cooking they were using gitel or ghee. Meekiri is milk or curd. The word kirigeri. This is a word that had been mentioned in the inscription of King Kashyapa IV. Now this inscription is in the Colombo Museum because it had been uprooted and taken to Colombo Museum. In that inscription, a word is mentioned is Kirigeri. So this is one of the things that you have to highlight where later on when writing. Kirigeri refers the milk cows. That means milk cows means cows that we get milk. Another example regarding this rearing of animals is a nice carving of a woman who gets milk from a cow has been engraved on the rock Mahameru, which was settled in the ancient stupa of a temple named Naga Pabbata in Sigiriya. I will explain this one. When constructing chaityas, before complete the construction, they include a very big rock. So I'm going to this one. Whiteboard. See the whiteboard? You see now when constructing stupas, what's a stupa? Stupa is a chaitya, something like this. Something like this now. When constructing this one, before the completion, they just store many things inside. After completion, you can't go in and see them. So what are the things? The relics they were just including here, right? Some Buddha statues, some valuable things, some precious things like gold and gems and everything. Even one custom is just storing a very big rock like this here. This is known as Mahameru. Mahameru rock. So what is this? This is representing as Buddhists we believe that in the heaven there's a very big rock known as Mahameru. So this Mahameru rock is very larger. So this is normally have not been seen by anyone who have not taken any photograph. But it is regarded as very huge rock which normally takes uses as a kind of example when giving examples for things like very huge things, very stable things in Buddhism, they use this Mahameru rock. So here also a symbol of this is included, that Mahameru rock. So when including this one in enshrining in the this one inside this chaitya, they make some of the drawings here or sometimes engraving. Some of the that things are drawn here. So in Sigiriya, there's the temple known as Nagapabhata. In Nagapabhata temple, there's a chaitya like this, and in from that, so after destroying, you can just discover the things inside. No, so inside this there was a Mahameru rock, and on that there was a nice carving of a woman milking a cow, right? So that note is there. Now we'll go to that note. All right. So this is that note. I think you got it right. Now we'll go to right. One more thing. An inscription in Padanagaraya Athware in Madirigiri. There's an inscription. We have discovered this inscription from a place known as Padanagari, a very big temple from Athware in Madirigiri. So we have learnt about this place earlier also. In that, it is mentioned that the patients in the hospital, for the patients of the hospital, they have used the flesh of naturally died chicken, not killed ones, naturally died. So that means halal. Halal, not halal, okay? So that then haram chicken, right? So then here you can write, this is the north slide. Main animal reared was cattle. The village separated for shepherds were called Gopalagam. Animal products were these things: Mikiri, milk curd, Gitel ghee, Vendaru butter. Inscription of King Kashyapa IV. Why I underlined, you have to highlight. There's a word kirigiri in that inscription which refers cattle. Evidences of rearing hens and goats. There's an inscription written in the 9th century AD at the hospital in Padanagari at Athvehara temple in Madirigiri. Polonnaruwa is mentioned in the inscription that for needs of the patients only flesh of naturally died chicken and goats should be used. Okay. Right, finished. 2 messages came. Right, okay. Now where? So going to rain, but before that we'll do industries, right? Okay, industries. This is also very important. Industries. Today we have to do some map also, right? Maps also. So get ready to do some maps also after doing this one. Industries, right? Uh, right. For this one, I'm not going to use this whiteboard. It's easy for you to remember or understand. Right. So blacksmiths were called khabara. So khabara means not the monitor. So that khabara means blacksmith. Don't write anything. They made equipment in metal. There's a reference about a blacksmith named Majjima in Mutugal. In Mutugal inscription. Majjima කියලා blacksmith කෙනෙක් ගැන කියලා තියෙනවා by the using the word khabara. People who did copper works were called tabakara. Khabara blacksmith, tabakara copper workers. Goldsmiths were called tuladara. Goldsmith ලාට කිව්වේ tuladara. They were even called Sarnakara. Two names they have used. Tuladara, Sarnakara. An inscription in Mandagala Hambantara introduces a goldsmith called Tuladara Sumana. So normally there was a common name. The Sumana was a common name used in the history. Commonly they were using Sumana. Many Sumanas were there. Then how to identify what Sumana? Then their profession had been mentioned at the front. Tuladara Sumana means Sumana who did gold works. Khabara Sumana means the Sumana who was a blacksmith. Tabakara Sumana means Sumana who did the copper works. Gem workers Manikara. People who did ivory carving were known as Datika. Datika means Dantika. Dantika means Danta means the tooth. Carvings on the tusk, elephant tusk. Datika. So now these are some of the professions you can see in the history. Blacksmith here, and here the goldsmith, gold works. This is like what? Copper works, like, okay, yeah. So this is brass work. Now these are the early workers. Okay, we'll see this one. This is related to some of the industries. Wait. Okay. Our ancient people, they preserved many things. In those huts, actually the things are there that they have preserved to use as food when that when the seasons come that they can't grow or produce food. So lot of preservations are there. So actually they feel easy in seasons like this corona. So now if we are locked down, we have to go for finding food now. So but these people even for 2-3 months they have food in their houses stored to be used. See, in all these things there are food, stored food. So here may be paddy, here may be some other things, right? See, these things are these items you might have not seen even. Now this one that you saw, this one the miris gala. In some houses, modern houses, you can't find this miris gala. Your mothers are not using. And this one, this is kurahangala. Okay, to grind. Okay, this is that Pedruana. All these mats have been deposited here. Pedruana. So from these videos you can understand how the village life was so organized, right? Well planned, so organized, no shortage of food at any time, right? So not like the modern houses, very simple. Okay, right, we'll come to this one. Kumbhakara means the potters. Tatavaya means the spinners of cotton. Kumbhakara, potters. Tatavaya means the spinners of cotton. Now we'll write them, okay, before going to trade. Right. Khabara, the underlying things have to be highlighted. Those who engage in metal industry. It's how word Kammakara has been written in all his Sinhala. They made Katta, Mamati and Plow. Example, in an inscription in Muthugalla in Polonnaruwa, there's a reference about a blacksmith named Majjima. So why you have to highlight this Mandagala inscription? Sometimes they may ask a question. In what inscription it's mentioned about Khabara? Means blacksmiths. Tabakara means those who did copper works. Tuladara means that word had been used for goldsmiths. Swarnakara means even goldsmith. There's a reference about a goldsmith called Tuladara Sumana in an inscription in Mandagala in Hambantara. Okay, right. Complete that to that. Your tute. One message came. Those who finished, no, still we have to write one more slide. One part is there. Then we'll go for map marking, right? Okay, 3 messages came, right? That means, okay. Manikara means the artisans who engage in gemworks. Things such as beads and badges made of types of half gems and gems had been made by them. Ivory carving. They were the artisans who did carvings on tusks. An example, an inscription situated close to Vegiriya Devale mentions a craftsman of tusks named Datika Sumana. I so told you Sumana is a common name. When you add the Datika part in front of Sumana, Sumana who did ivory carving. Kumbhakara, those who made earthenware, textile industry. Spinners were called by the name of Tattavaya, Tantuvaya. There's a reference about a spinner of clothes by the name Tattavaya in Vehirakama inscription. Complete this note also, then the theory part is over, then we'll go for map marking, right? Asking a question, what is the name of the, what the question? What is the name of the artisans who engage in gemworks? Manikar. Here, Manikar. Chami got it? Manikara, gem workers. Take out the map marking to those who finish writing and check whether what map we did last. Okay, we'll go to map marking, right? Fasna says she did not get the map marking tude. Or did we complete the first this map? We'll go to check these things. Yeah, I sent you the this tude, no? 10 to 19 pages from the fourth map. Did you receive it? Check whether you received it. Yeah, I think I have sent this tube to you, right? So this the Druvaya region that we just marked, no? And then this one we did not mark. Number 5. Number 4 we completed, no? Just Pasindu says that the Druvaya region we marked. Yasiru or Chamika?
Sir, we did the fourth one.
Hmm. Number 5 we did not do, no?
Yes, sir. We didn't do.
Yes. Now do you have this tube? The second tube I have uploaded to the group, no?
Yes.
Yeah. Then I can once again just check the group. Where is that? Okay, so once again I will upload once again to the group. Okay. Today shall we go to the fifth map then? Fifth one. Okay. Right. So I'm going to slideshow. If you don't have Fastna, wait a little. I'll be sending you this tute as well as I'll be sending you the recording. Okay. Right. Yeah, Kalaya region. We'll take Kalaya region first. We'll take Kalaya region first and we'll write the important places, right? Kalaya region. Right. Write the Kalaya region important places. I will tell you the places. Right. Kalaya region is this one, no? Right. Write the important, write the places, the list of places first. List of places. Okay. Kudiramalai. First one Kudiramalai. First one Kudiramalai. Second one Arippu.
Sir, we want to highlight those places.
No. Did you write the list of places? No. No. Did you write now here down? So in this place, I'm asking in this place. Here this one. No, in this place. Now in Kalaya region, important places. Here, did you write the list?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So then no problem. So then here check whether once again these places and we'll mark the important places here.
So
Okay.
what's the
Check whether you marked all these places. You have how many places? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
9.
9 places.
Yes, sir. Talai Mannar.
Ah, yeah, Talaimena also here. Like this one also you just mark Talaimena. What else you have? Kalawe. Kalawe.
Madu Church, sir.
Madhu Church. Right. Madhu Church is here.
Malulatue.
Malvatwa is this one. Right. This is Mena region. Okay, not Kalaya region. Right. So then you highlight the important places as Matota Mahatita Mantai highlight. Matota Mahatita Mantai highlight. Yodaveva highlight. Tirukoneshwaran highlight. Aruchiaru highlight. Those are the 4 important places. Matota Yodaveva Tirukoneshwaran Aruchiaru. Matota Yodaveva Tirukoneshwaran Aruchiaru. Those are the important places, right? Highlight. Then we'll go to the second, the third map. What is third map? Kalawaya region. Kalawaya region. Now check whether you have marked all these places. Okay. How many places have you here? Have you written the list? Will 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 12 places. Do you have 12 places in Kalawaya region?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Did you write that list down?
No,
12 places list. Did you write? No?
no, sir.
Okay, right. Now, please write those 12 names down. Then I will give you the highlighting places. First, write them. Okay. Shall I tell you in this order? Right first. Okay. You write in this order. Right. I'm giving you the order. Right. First, write Anuradhapura and highlight. First, write Anuradhapura and highlight. Then write Nachaduva tank. Nachaduva tank. Don't highlight. Nachaduva tank. Don't highlight. Third, write Kalavava and highlight. Kalavava and highlight. Then write Pomparippu and highlight. Anuradhapura, Kalavava, Pomparippu highlighted. Then write Kalpitiya, highlight. Kalpitiya, highlight.
So do we want to highlight Pomparippu?
Yes. Except Nachaduva, everything up to now. Kalpitiya also highlight. Uruvela don't highlight. Uruvela don't highlight. Uruvela don't highlight. Galsahon Kanatta highlight. Galsahon Kanatta highlight. Putlam don't highlight. Putlam don't highlight. Anamaduwa don't highlight. Anamaduwa don't highlight. Ibban Katuwa highlight. Ibban Katuwa highlight. Yatigal Potta highlight. Now once again I will tell you highlighted places. Anuradhapura, Kalawewa, Pomparippu, Kalpitiya, Galsahon Kanatha, Ibban Katuwa, Yatigal Potta. Last one Vilpattu. Highlight. Vilpattu highlight. Last one Vilpattu highlight. Right, third map finish now. But we did not do any practice, right? So practice part you keep. I will do one by one once again. And now we'll go to fourth one. This one also you marked without writing the names, right? Okay, now we'll write the names first. First one. Yapahuwa. Write Yapahuwa and highlight. Write Yapahuwa and highlight.
So do we want to write in the down part important?
Yeah. In that list you are writing now. Yapahuwa highlight. Panduwas Nuwara highlight. Second Panduwas Nuwara and highlight. Third Kurunagala highlight. Third Kurunagala highlight. Fourth Dummala Surya not highlighting. Fourth Dummala Surya not highlighting. Dummala Surya not highlighting. Next Kalo to our not highlighting. Kalo to our not highlighting. Last Chilau Salva Tota highlight. Chilau Salva Tota highlight. These are the places Yapahuwa, Kurunegala, Panduasnuara, Chilau highlighted places. Now we'll go to the fifth map, today one. So I think I have sent you the fifth map also, right? Did I send this?
Yes, sir.
Okay, now we'll mark this one. Right. This is the heading, Kalani Ganga region, Kalani River region. Write that. Later on we'll write the list of names, okay? First we'll mark. Now you put a dot.
Sir,
Yeah.
sir, what is the region of the fourth one?
Fourth one is Dadru region. Dadru region.
Thank you, sir.
Right. Okay, now mark like this. You select this place. This is that Nigambu Lagoon. Now in this lagoon, from this place, half a centimeter like go towards the up through the coastline and put a dot. In the coastline, touching the coastline, put this dot. From this cape, ending of the lagoon, through the coastline going half a centimeter like. Put in the dot. That wait. That is Lunuvilla. Right, Lunuvilla. Lunuvilla. Then once again put a dot here in this cape like. So here, end of this lagoon, put a dot. This is Nigambu. This is Nigambu. Then once again come down to this coastline and in the middle of this place like from here to here in the middle like put this dot. That is what Katunayaka. That's Katunayaka. Then come to this river. Now this is Kalani River now. In this Kalani River, when you come down along the river, you will find a bend like this. Bend like this. Inside the bend, put a dot. Inside the bend, put a dot. So that is what? That is Kalaniya. That is Kalaniya. Once again, from the dot, half a centimeter along the river, half a centimeter along the river, half a centimeter, a dot. Oh, sorry. Wait. Yeah. You put that dot. That is Biyagama. That's Biyagama. Half a centimeter like along the river, Biyagama. Then once again come down like this. See here, there's a cape. At the cape, touching the coastline, a dot. That is Colombo. At the cape, touching the coastline, a dot. That's Colombo. Another dot inside that means not touching the coastline, in just close by quarter of a centimeter like this distance between these two dots, quarter of a centimeter. This is what Kote. That's what Kote. Then on the other side of the river, to Biyagama, this dot, that's Malvana. That's Malvana. Then when you go along the river, this river is divided like this, no? At the place of dividing, put a dot. That's Sitavaka. That's Sitavaka. That's Sitavaka. Then once again, when you go along the river, it is divided once again. Come down like half a centimeter, like this dot. That is what? Nikavala Mulla. Nikavala Mulla. Then go up, and this is like 1 centimeter, like that's what? Maniyam Gama. In between this Nigambu and this end, in between, just half like, this is what? That's Dambadeniya. That's Dambadeniya. Okay, now check your marking. We'll take your map and we'll check your marking now. This is the one. Where's the one? Okay, this is the one. Right. So this place, right? Okay, here. Now check. Here did you put that Lunuvilla? See my cursor. Lunuvilla.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Nigambu.
Yes, sir.
Katunayaka.
Yes, sir.
Kalaniya.
Yes, sir.
Biyagama. See my
Yes.
cursor? Okay. Malvana.
Yes, sir.
Colombo.
Yes, sir.
Kotte.
Yes, sir.
Sitavaka.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Then after that here, no? What is this?
Nikavala Mulla.
Nikavala Mulla. Nikavala Mulla. Nikavala Mulla. This place, Maniamgama. Okay? Maniamgama, okay?
Okay, sir.
This place, what is that? Damba Denya. Right. Now please write those list of names down. Here. Make a parallel. Methana list of names of Liamu Balan. One by one write and highlight. Okay, I am telling now. Right. Okay, now one by one write and will mark as important. Lunavila. Write the first one, Lunavila. Don't highlight Lunavila. Nigambu write as the second one and highlight Nigambu. Nigambu highlight. Third one Katunayaka. Don't highlight. Fourth Kalania. Don't highlight. Fifth Kalambo highlight. Fifth Kalambo highlight. Sixth Kote highlight. Sixth Kote highlight. Seventh Biagama. Don't highlight. Seventh Biagama. Don't highlight. Eighth Malvana highlight. Eighth Malvana highlight. 9 Sitavaka highlight. 9 Sitavaka highlight. 10 Nikavalamulla don't highlight. 10 Nikavalamulla don't highlight. 11 Maniamgama highlight. 11 Maniamgama highlight. 12 Dambadaniya don't highlight. 12 Dambadaniya don't highlight. Once again the highlighted places. Nigambu, Kalambu, Kotte, Malvana, Sitavaka, Maniamgam. Okay, no? They are regularly coming places. Right, okay. It's going to rain. So then because of that, we have to stop our work today. So we'll meet next time then, okay? Any questions? No.
Sir,
No,
can you,
Yeah, ask any question.
sir, can you upload the first 5 map marking places to the group?
Yes, I'm going to upload both the tunes and then I will be even one person is Fasna, no? So I have to upload the recording for Fasna because she has to mark. Okay, right. Even if anyone wants the recording, please send me a message that asking for the recording. Then last week's recording I have to send for this. I think Mahendran, so he was not here. So for him, I'll be sending the last week's recording for him. And if anyone wants any recording, please ask, right? So then, shall we finish then? Good evening
okay.
and God bless.
God bless you, sir.
Okay,
God bless you,
Thank
sir.
you, sir. God bless you, sir.
God bless.